Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And today in this video we are going to see how to comp FX elements inside Nuke. So as you can see guys, so this is the FX shot what I have, and this is the final comp output you are seeing. We also have some utility passes. So the point of this tutorial is I want to show you how to use those utility passes, manipulate the particles density and the color and all those things. So if I quickly show you the slab comp, so this is the slab comp we have this slab comp, and all the layers you can see here, it's all deep merge. So this FX render is coming from one of my friend. He also have a YouTube channel. He made Houdini tutorials. So I will put the link in the video description, so you can check that if you are interested to learn Houdini. And this is the render he gave me. I also told him to give me deep passes. So these are all the deep merge, and you are seeing this raw render. So this is the actual render we have, and this is the final comp I have. So this is the final comp, and this is the raw render. If I pause in somewhere like here, you can see obviously we need to hold out this guy, but other than that you can see the particles how it's behaving from here to here. See the look in the raw render, you can see the every particle is red and we don't have much variation, but in the comp you can see we have a smoke variation, we have particle variation, all those things here. So we will see how to comp this FX. So this is the idea of this tutorial. So we will see how to understand the layers and how to use the utility passes which is provided in this render, convert this type of render into this kind of nice shot like this one. So let's get started. I will quickly break down the script first. So let's start this one. So this is the script. As you can see, it's very simple. So we just have this B pipe, and this is the full A pipe we have. So here we are merging all the effects here. If I show you the frame, and everything is pre-comp. Here pre-comp, and we did some distortion and glows and all those things here, and then it get merged with the plate. Here we only have this FX and this B pipe. In this B pipe we have this man. So here is disappearing. So we have that layer to cut this guy from here to here. So let's just see the first. So first of all, this guy we have the character itself. So just like that I have all those FX layer. So this is the interactive layer, you can see. So we are using this alpha to cut this character from here. After you receiving the FX layer or any layer, always use context sheet to check how many passes, how many layers you have. In this one you can see I have some interesting FX passes like noise, that flakes marks. You can see it's like a ST map we have, so we can use this one also. We have this cell noise and this ember mask. You can use those color variation in your advantage. Just like in the noise you can see there are multiple colors, so you can shuffle out the channels, and you can do you can basically mask out and you can control that FX. So similarly in this one, so this is what is this called? This is the particle FX. So these are the particles here, and here also if you view it, you can see utility passes what we have. So this is the edge mask. So this is interesting. If I play this one, you can see as particle is emitting and disappearing from those range. In every particle it have its own lifetime. So this age mask is telling us the age of every particle. So, and we have this random color and the ID mask also, so red and green, but here it's a red and green, but it's random. You can see it here. You can see more defined RGB color, and here we have very random color. Here is this is the main effect. So in this one we have many layers. So like edge mask, as we talk about, this edge mask is very important, and other passes like position, normal pass, the cell noise, and some diffuse pass, and this glow mask is there. So but it's not that much helpful. We can add our own glow, and this position ref also is there, and what we call Z depth also is here. You can see if I expose down, you can see the particle range. So all these passes is here in this one also, and we also have this smoke layer. So the smoke layer also have some passes but not much. See, we have this default beauty passes here, but in a different naming, but you get the idea. When you merge all these passes together, you will receive this beauty. So this is exactly what I did. I will show you one by one. The most second thing about this, if you got any render, so if I view this one, you will see we don't have, it's a full render. You can see this entire thing is black and Nuke is calculating everything, right? But our character is this much small. So what I did, I just add a crop and just animate the crop according to that object. So this definitely improve my speed, precomp speed and the playback speed also. So I did everywhere. You can see this crop is animated crop. I put it everywhere based on that element here and here. You will see everywhere. Anytime you get any render, make sure you do that, because otherwise it will get very heavy, because it's a deep here, and here you can see in the precomp also I have this thing. So Nuke is only rendering this much area instead of this entire black screen, which is not required at all. It just slow down your system and your renders also. So make sure you do that to every pass you receive. Now the second thing is I just making my comp setup. So like as I said, from background to foreground, as I always said. So this is the background character, because every effect is coming on top of this character. So that's why I put this character in a B pipe and everything is here in a A side, because I have a deep, so I don't need to properly do A over B here. I did it because I just want to do a properly organized, so that's why. So for the character, we just have this simple character here. So let's see one by one. I had a crop and I did unpremult and premult here, and in between you can see we have the second pass. So in this one we have the layers what we need. From here I shuffle out this layer, this noise one first of all. So this is the noise. I did this crunch alpha, and if I open this one, I'm using this red in my alpha. So I have this alpha, then I crunch that alpha to get like this from here to here, and then I use this one to add basically small variation in my character. It's very subtle, but it's there. So based on the final output, that's why I added this one, and then I basically add a precomp. And if you check my precomp, we have this big right node. So this right node is coming from in my recent tutorial. This is the right helper from one of my friend. So I already have a video, so it's very good for this kind of shots, this kind of task. So I use this one to automatically create folder and just write the precomps and final output. So I use this one to do a precomp, and after precomp I just, because we have a deep, so this deep also include this RGB, but it's not required when you're using deep recolor. It will only use deep pass. So this is my RGB is coming, and this is deep recolor. So now I have this deep, but for this B pipe I'm not using this directly deep merge operation. So what I did here, the same thing I did in this side. So this is the utility passes. So here also adding a crop, and here what I did, you can see this I have this flake mask, right? This is kind of a layer you get from FX most of the time. I think it's very good. So what I did here, I use this one, and again I'm using red because I want the fire is coming here. If you see beauty, see is here. So I'm using this one, and I'm just in a multiply, and I'm inverting multiply, and I'm making it 0. So I'm basically removing this this character. This character just for the holdout for this interaction. So somehow we need to remove this one. So this is what exactly I did. I just tried to remove it using this pass. So if I check the alpha, so this is the alpha I have, so I can basically remove it. Then I use flakes mask again, and this time I'm using green channel. So now I have this mask. So this is the first red, this is the green one, and I'm crushing this one, and I'm removing this from here to here. I'm removing more, and then I'm doing unpremult because now I'm doing some CC. So same as using this noise, and just if I view it here, you can see some adding a little bit more variation, just a little bit. And then here what I'm doing here, I want a key for this part because we don't have a separate layer. So that's why what I did, I use my mix keyer. You can use any keyer, but I use this one, made this alpha, and from this beauty I just cut this part. So I just need this interaction. So if I play, you will see. So I have this interaction part here. This is exactly I want, and what I did here, I create a channel called this thing glow layer. So this glow layer we don't have here, but here we have. So this glow layer I'm using in the end. We will show you. I add remove in every stream before the right node. So here you will see, and here also you will see, but here I don't have because I don't have a pass. See, this is just RGBA. You can see it. There is no other channel here. It's just RGBA and alpha. And one more thing, yeah, so this entire thing is SSCG. So I told him to render this thing in SSCG, so he gave me this SSCG render. And after this pre-comp, I have this thing. Then what I am doing here, I'm using this alpha from this deep, converting this to deep to image, and I'm using this alpha to mask out this character. So basically after this alpha is gone here, the character also gone. So we only have this character till here, and then it's disappearing. Before we have full character, so I asked him to give me full character without holdout, because I want to do it holdout in Nuke and want to show you how to do it properly. So you can do like this, and it's cutting and it's disappearing, then particle and all those things will come. So after this layer, now we have 2 layers are ready. So now we have this layer. So these are the particles, and it's also have this interactive light also. If I play, you will see, and we have these particles. So I also add a crop here, and same thing here. I'm using edge mask, as I said. See, this one is definitely useful if you play. This is the particle here. So this is the new particle, and this is old particle. I mean, this particle is just born, and this is if I go back, so in this frame we have this particle, and in this frame we have this particle. So this is the age. So the color is changing, it will tell you the particle age. So what I did, I use this one, and I'm using a keyer to isolate the specific color. So in this one I think I'm using a red. So whatever the red I'm getting in the beginning, I don't have any red, right? So this will be 0 like this, and if I play, you can see the red is coming. So what I did here, I did exactly like this. I want to remove this extra red, so I'm removing using multiply, and if I play, you will see what is happening. Yeah, now they are slowly gone. I mean, I'm just reducing the intensity. You can see it. If I expose up, you will see in the center, I'm just removing particle in the center part, because in the center part we have a red particles most of the time. So I'm using this one and removing, and again here I'm using this ID mask again, and this one is random. So to do a CC on this, so let me expose this one. So before, if I remove this one, you will see not, this frame is not good. Yeah, maybe this one. Yeah, you can see before I have this, we don't have much variation, it's very flat. If I on this one, you can see I added a much more variation here. So if I show you step by step, so this one, so this ID mask, as I said, it's have this RGB color. So in this one I use the red one. If I view alpha, if I switch to green and blue, you can see the color is changing. So these are the different particle. So I'm using them to grade it to get more variation. You can see it now. Show you this one, you can see it. If I off this one, it's looking very flat, we don't have anything. Now it's look like we have a specular on them, right? So this is exactly what we want. So in the second one I'm using green channel similarly. So if I view it here, if I on this one, you can see I think I'm reducing. Yeah, I'm removing this particle completely, but alpha is there. Okay, so in this one, I think in this one also I'm doing a gamma contrasty, adding a contrast. So it's not much, but it's there. See, it's very subtle, but it's there. And doing a pre-mult, and then adding a remove node to keeping RGB or whatever the layer I want in the output. Then I'm doing a pre-com, and this is exactly what I have. And here I added a multiply, because in one frame I'm getting this glitch here. If I show you, yeah, you can see it. See this one, see this glitch, it's only coming in one frame like this. So I'm basically removing this in using multiply, just 1 and 0, just animating this one. Deep recolor again using this here and this here, combining we get this. So we are combining 2 layers here now. Yeah, here. And because we have a deep, so they are properly merging. See, this one is going behind this character, and some particle is coming in front of the front of this character. So that's why I ask him to give me a deep layer, so it will properly merge. I don't need to do holdout and all those things. Here we have many layers. So here I did a shader rebuild. This is a small shader rebuild here. So the passes, whatever, see, this is the passes I have. This one FX line, RGB sky fill, and RGB character, and RGB default. So if I merge all those passes, I get exactly the same beauty. Then I copy my alpha, and then I did a pre-mult, and this is the effects I have. So if I show you, if I show you this frame, and if I remove the correction, what I did here, this one, let's remove, and you will see how it's looking without this correction. So you can see it's look like this, and I did this. if I move it forward, so this is the particle, so this is the original particle, and I convert this to this. So it's more variation, you can see more color variation and the density variation also. You can see before the density is very uniform, now we get more variation and it's looking good, I guess. So after doing this, you can see I'm using again the edge mask. So this edge mask, and this time I'm using this Nuke here. So you can find this one on a Nukepedia. This is TX Nuke here. So here if I move, so I basically pick it, if you see the color, which color I have, this magenta. So I pick it this here, if I see my alpha, so this is the alpha I have. If I come here and if I play, you will see slowly appearing. So this is the exactly I want. I'm using this one to removing my particle basically. So this is the pre-mult and this is the multiply. So I did a 0. So once this white thing is coming, all the particles are gone. So if I see, this is the opaque, right? We have all the particles. If I view this one, see the density is gone, and it's based on, you know, this gradient. You can see it. See, we have this nice gradient and variation. So that's why I'm using this. So I'm not directly just adding a multiply and just, you know, doing a fade out. It's not like that. Then in the end, from here to here, I did a fade out in the end, because here this random particles are flickering. Here I did a fade out from 10 frame, and then a pre-comp, and then we have this pre-comp. Let me show you the pre-comp. See, now they are going very naturally, see here, and they are properly dissolving. So this is the idea. Then de-pre-color and merging with this character. So if I go back a little bit, see here, see how it's because of deep, how it's merging together very nicely. See, properly hold out, we don't get any issues when merging using deep. So the next thing is the smoke. So this is the smoke, so this is the render, so this is the smoke render, and if I move it here, so this is the render and this is the pre-comp. So you can see I added a much more variation in the smoke here also. Before it's looking very flat, now you can see the variation here also. So let's go back here, we can see, yeah, let's see this part maybe. Yeah, this interaction will look good. So here it's the same thing, doing a shader rebuild, the passes I have. So let's see. So this is the FX flake and this is FX line light. So this is the interaction basically. Sky fill, we have data, if you push you can see it. So I'm just pushing it here also to get to see a little bit. And the character also, the interaction, I mean this one, and RGB. So most of the color is storing here. So just combining, pre-multing and this thing, and in between doing a correction. So this much correction I did here. So from here to here, see before is like mostly the red, so I added a more variation and reducing this oversaturated thing. See it, see before it's very orange, so I reduce it, make it more white here. Alright, and here you can see I added this noise. So before it will look like this, I mean not like this, it will look like this. So I added these two things to add more, variation. So this is just a normal noise, and I animated this direction because it's moving that direction, right? If I show you the render now, so the particles are going this direction, right? So that's why I animated this noise in the upper direction. So it's moving like this, and also adding a Z animation. So this is the advanced noise from a Nukepedia and from that Nuke Survival Toolkit. So I just multiply this one here, and if I off this one, it will get the luminance get cut out. So I added a grade to counterbalance. Now you can see the luminance is almost the same. I'm just adding this noise variation and just combining here, doing a pre-mult. Now you get very nice variation. If I remove this one, it's very flat, so I need this kind of variation. You can see it's looking more depth. So if you need, you can reduce this red color, but in the end I think it's looking good, so I keep it like this. So you can see, but I think I think I change here. You can see the pre-comp is not the same, so no worries, because I'm still changing this shot a bit. So that's why you can see this pre-comp is old one, I think. Yeah, so now I'm merging this one, so you get see this one. So if I try to match this pre-comp, right, so I think the noise also changed, right? Yeah, noise is changed, but if I do this, think I added gain, so that's why. Yeah, see, it's almost there. Yeah, I will keep this one like this, and I will do a render again. After this thing, I will render this one. So after doing this, all this deep merge, now we have this nice particle merging in the smoke, inside the smoke and outside the smoke, and you get very nice detail here, right? So here I did some tweaking here. So I obviously added deep to image here, and in the side what I did here, I just offset this in one frame, and we have this node called deep soft crop. So I'm basically cropping the front side, so I'm just removing the back side, you can see it, and with this deep transform I'm just pushing this back in the deep. So when I do hold out, so whatever the close to the camera you can see it, and whatever the behind, little bit of behind camera, I'm cutting it. So if I remove this deep transform, the all particle will appear because they are close to camera and they are not far away. So I'm removing this one, just doing. So if you don't understand what I'm doing here, you can watch my deep compositing series. So in the first 2 videos I explain the deep and how to use the deep properly. So I'm just basically doing a stenciling, and so this much I have now. So I'm just grading it and just merging it to just adding a little bit of variation. So it's just a 1 frame offset, so you will see it the more detail. And I have full control here, so if I disable this, you will see the more particles are coming. If I on off this, you will see it. So I'm basically pushing those particles behind the smoke. See, they are gone now, so they are going inside the smoke. So this is just a small setup. It's totally optional, but I'm trying something, so that's why I did this. And after this I have this heat distortion setup. So unfortunately I asked him to give me the heat distortion map from Houdini, but I think he forgot to render the heat distortion. So what I did here, I have this I created this map, distortion map. So this is the actual pass we get. I think we get it from, yeah, here you can see this one, this FX line. I desaturated and I added a shuffle here, and I called this distortion. That's it. Then in merging here, I'm adding this channel in my B pipe, and also in the remove I keep this channel also. So then I do a pre-comp, I can see the distortion here. So why I'm adding here, so if I view it here, so and when I'm deep merging, everything will come, it will do automatically hold out for me. You can see if I view it here and here, you can see something is hold out. Similarly, if I view it here, you can see more hold out. So if I view from here to this original pre-comp, you can see there are some object is occluding, that's why we are getting this hold out. So it will automatically do hold out in the deep merge. That's why I created above, and then I'm here shuffling this one, doing some color correction, and then adding a blur. I'm using this copy node to add those channels in forward U and V. So I have a video about Nuke distortion workflow, you can check that out. So I explain here everything, but I will do it here also, don't worry. So just adding this red and green into forward U and V. So this is a Nuke default channel, it will always there. And using iDistort, just open this one, just select your UV channel to motion, and you can add this UV scale value to add distortion basically. So you can see this much distortion I added in this one, and then I added a remove to only keep this RGB and this glow layer, because if I view it here, the iDistort, you will see we have this forward U, motion, deep, we don't need all those things, right? So I'm just removing and just keeping whatever I want. And similarly here in the down, I have this noise again, same animation, but I increase the speed and reducing the size of the noise. I'm doing a multiply here using this FX, because I'm using this one as a base, so it's coming here and then it's automatically removing. So this is exactly I want, because I don't need this heat distortion to all the frames. I only want where this heat is coming. This heat is coming and it's slowly gone, because after that we get all the particles only. So that's why it's only require where we see the fire and all those things, fire and glow, like here in this area, right? So I did multiply with this noise, then I'm using this PXF to add more distortion. You can see like this, right? Then what I did, I didn't directly merge it with my B pipe here. So what I did, I basically remove this one. I basically did a minus with the original. So this is the original, this is the PXF distort. I did a minus and then I did a plus. So I'm basically adding a distortion again, but in a separate stream, separate pipe. So the advantage is you can do more correction just like I did here. If I on this one, you can see what I did a eye blur a little bit, and here also I did. So if I show you some other frames, I think it will be good. Maybe this frame, yeah. So you can see we get more detail here. As you can see, before it's blurry, you get more detail, and we get this heat distortion effects. So if they provide the pass, it will be more natural looking. But you can always use this heat wave. This one is also very good, but I just want to show you the scratch setup, how I usually do. So this is the way I usually do. There are many other way also, but this is the one of the way I do. After this heat distortion, I have this glow setup. So here we created this glow layer, right? So this glow layer, I will show you where this coming. See here we have this glow layer we created right above. So this glow layer I'm using here now, shuffling this one out, adding my exponential glow, right? This one, the size 50, intensity 10, and glow only. And then what I'm doing here, I'm just using this alpha, right? Alpha is also coming, and just masking it. What I'm doing, I will tell you exactly what is happening here. So if I just merge this one, so this is the glow you get, right? And this is the glow now I have. So if I full, so it will only glow this part. Glow will not gonna come outside, right? Now you can see glow is here, masking it only inside this alpha. But I reduce the amount, right? So we can see a little bit glow outside. So I think it's 6, I guess, I don't know, yeah. So it's a 6.6, and then I'm merging this one. So we get little bit glow outside. You don't need too much, so this is too much, so that's why I did. So you can see little bit of bleeding. And in the side again, I'm using the noise, the same animation, but with lower size 7. You can see I'm blurring it little bit and using this one. Let me just pause where we can see that, yeah, this frame is good. You can see here, and then we are using the same alpha, just crunching the alpha a bit. You can see it, adding a bit of blur and just masking the noise. So you can see more variation here. Then I'm stenciling this glow using this one, so you get more variation in the glow. Otherwise before it's very flat, you can see we don't have much thing. So adding more variation and doing a plus. So like that, if I disable, you can see more variation in the glow, right? Before it's very flat, I guess. See that this kind of variation I need. So like that. Then I'm merging the plus operation. Then usual stuff, adding a crop and remove just for keeping it safe. See the glow is coming, so just RGB is fine now, and merging all together to this layer. So before we have this guy, now every layer is combined. You can see it. So let's go back. You can see here also, see the interaction. We can still refine it, but you can get the idea. So here we have particle. There is no character here, so we get this particle layer. And after this one, I have this basic lens effects. So let me quickly go to that frame so we can show you. Yeah, this frame is good. I just added a blur, I mean just for the softness purpose, because I think it's little bit noisy. See, only the 1 pixel is fine, and in the other side I added this halation. You can see. So in the halation, what I did, so by default it's set to, if I take the new halation, connect to this here. So this is the default setting you get. So what I did, I changed this to effects only, and before this effect only I changed this to Luma, so you can see which part is using. So I just reduce the black point and this one, and then I change this to effects only. You can see that now. Then I increase the size and whatever. So I played this much. This is the halation I get. So I reduce the mix also, so 0.5, and adding a crop because it's getting way bigger. So I added a crop here and doing a plus. You can see now we get this halation, like little bit of glow outside. And then I added a bit of chromatic. So you will see this one here when you see all the particles coming outside. So maybe here, yeah, it's visible here. Yeah, you can see bit of chromatic aberration. You can see here. So this much, and just a very basic lens distortion. That's it. So this is the L lens distortion. So if you are not finding it, make sure you go here and do update all, and then you can just type lens distortion, you will see this lens distortion L. So this is the older one, see the legacy one node, so it's old node, so you need to refresh, then you can get this one. And here just I'm adding this radial distortion, just playing these two sliders, that's it. And then I render this one and you get this result here, and this is the final comp. So this is how you can comp your effect layers in Nuke. So if you don't have a holdout, so if you don't have a deep layers, obviously you can use Z depth pass to properly do a holdout, but there will be some issues. So that's why a deep is very helpful in this situation. If you have smoke and particles and characters and all the different layers, then deep is definitely helpful in this situation. Then you can use those utility passes what you get from effects to do some changes in the particles. See, I did a fade out here. Also I did a fade out for that thing. For that smoke also I did. No, I thought I did for the smoke also, but smoke is fine because we added a noise, so we can see much more variation and see that smoke movement also. It's looking very good, I guess. This is the idea of combining FX layers and using those utility passes to control your element properly. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and I will provide this file so you can download and you can experiment, and it will be available on my Patreon, so you can download and try your own, and you can add this in your showreel also if you want. But we don't have this background because this is just a effect. Just want to show you the setup, how to control FX layers. So let me know if you have any questions, any doubt regarding this, and thank you for watching, and we will see you in our very next one. Have a great day.